Hello, people of the internet. This is the Geek Gaming Culture channel. And look at this. I'm doing reactions right in the moment. You probably see I have the green screen brought up, and you see that the chroma key on OBS is kind of freaking out right in the moment. Sometimes it happens. I don't know why it does that. I don't know what I gotta do to fix it. Sometimes it's just how it is. And it's never perfect. It's not at all perfect at all. No matter how much green you take off, it's gonna have some of these artifacts that you keep seeing, because that's just what OBS likes to do. It just likes to say, oh, you just can't do it perfect. We gotta have some form of like glitch gremlin going on. But anyway, you probably know from the background what we're gonna be doing. And you probably know from this up here what we're gonna be doing. Back in the day, I did Sailor Moon Crystal reactions. You probably know that. I was in crowded territory, but I was doing them. However, that's because Sailor Moon has always been near dear to my heart. I have actually that to thank for getting me into anime. That was the gateway drug. That was the gateway anime. I first thought it was just a show with cute girls. And I was a teenage boy at the time. Don't at me. And I decided to watch it one day and say, oh, it's going to be on USA Network. Like, what? It was in the middle of I think it was what their Sunday morning lineup, because it had like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Anybody who remembers Action Stream Team, first of all, you feel old now. Just admit it, you feel old now for remembering it. Second of all, it had like Mighty Max, and I think Street Sharks was on there for a while, a little bit. But they end up getting Sailor Moon at 8:30 a.m., which was really weird time to put this on. So I watched it. I was like, oh, it's gonna be oh yeah, a few girls. Yes, let's go. Let's go. And then it had great drama, great suspense, great action. I adored it. I'm like, this is actually really good. And then of course my knowledge just like grew from there about anime and the series. Knowing that was a cut version, Geek had a cut version. Now we could have had a lot worse companies than Geek dubbing it, but one particular company that came up was Saban. Now, if you don't know who Saban is, they did the Power Rangers. They distributed Dragon Ball Z. I think Funimation did the actual dubbing of that. But the main thing was Power Rangers, and of course Digimon they dubbed as well. Some of the Marvel cartoons that were on Fox at the time as well. But they were blamed for a pilot that kept getting circulated. Well, pieces of a pilot that kept getting circulated. Because when they were trying to port this over to the States, the original anime came out in 1992. They were trying to port this over to the States, and it got into the hands of somebody by the name of Toon makers. Now, I don't know the full story about this. Raymona, who is the person that's put out what you're about to see, has a full documentary. I don't want to steal her drama and story. They put out a 2-part documentary, and you need to go watch that if you want to know why and how this got put together. I'll give you what I know as like kind of a primer here. For what I know, Saban actually didn't have any interest in this, but they get blamed for it. It was by a company by the name known as Toon Makers. I don't know anything about this. I don't know anything about the company, but what I do know is that they had a mix of live action and anime, or animation, Western. And from the looks of things, we're kind of happy Geek got it. Now, Geek, as you know, is the company Andy Hayward. They did G.I. Joe and Heathcliff and all that. Spectre Gadget was one of their shows. So it did get in pretty capable hands, but as they were producing kid-oriented shows, they had to cut a lot of stuff out. And that's well documented. You probably know about this right now. But what you don't know is, within the past day or so, the full pilot has came out. That's right. The full pilot of what they were going to come up with is out. So this is a 1-star anime. Well, technically it is. But I think this is Western animation. I don't know what to expect here. But that's what we're going to be watching. Oh boy. Just so you know, I don't know what to expect here. I have no idea. I have not watched this yet. I've watched like bits and pieces, and I've seen some like still photos about what might be in this. But, oh boy. Pray that I don't want to go jump out a window after I watch this, okay? So, that being said, I don't know if I'm going to do any other graphics other than this because, again, my hard drive that my graphics were on is dead. I can't get anything off of it. So, yeah, go me for that. But, with that being said, let's fire this up. Let's do this. Time. The Library of Congress. How did it get that? How did they get this? That's what I want to know. How did they get this? And apparently they got this off of the 3DO, apparently. Actually, Sega CD. What is... I knew about that. I knew about the gliders. Why does that one woman look like Selma Blair? This cat's probably like the best actor in the entire thing. I bet you half of the budget, 3/4 of the budget came in from this intro. You know, she actually had, Mars actually had those, like, shooting fire. That would be pretty cool, actually. Why does it look like a commercial for a mall? I suddenly want to go to the mall right now. Apparently the Bowser's Koopa Kids. I just want to look at something. We're at 2 minutes and 23 seconds. They just now got done with the intro. 2 minutes. That's gotta be probably something of a I don't know.
Formed an alliance to defeat Queen Beryl, making
the entire budget went into the intro, and now they have to like cut costs everywhere else.
Serenity announced the betrayal. A great celebration was held on the moon to honor the momentous occasion. Sailor Moon was surrounded by her closest friends, the Princess Warrior,
yeah.
Sailor Mars,
oh my
Sailor
God,
Mercury, Sailor Venus, and Sailor Jupiter.
Wait, that's Sailor Mercury.
Darian, I've so looked. Darian placed a star pendant around Sailor Moon's neck and presented her with a single rose.
A symbol of my
What is wrong with this? He looks like Jay Leno.
The evil beast has found us.
Yeah, okay, that's so 90s stereotypical black person. I'm sorry.
Solar system is mine.
And apparently you're on the Transformer barrel. Oh my God. Okay, she's had the Maleficent thing to her.
We must stop them.
There was no there was no sound effects at all. Oh jeez. Okay. Don't mess with Darian, dude. Jeez.
Quickly, take the jewels. You and the other princesses must escape with Darian to Earth.
Take the jewels. She's go like looking down.
Power into the vortex. There you can hide in a different dimension. Cannot follow. I will find a way to.
Why is her Chloe? Oh look, some meow mix. What is this? You might want to look at Luna, but by the way, it looks like Artemis because he's about to fall to her death. Thank you. I do like the design of this airship though. I feel like it should be one of Bowser's Koopalings. Like Wendy Koopa should be driving this thing.
No.
Oh, it's whatever. You bet 2 seconds. No, okay, thanks, bye.
Faster.
She looks like Lord Drake's wife from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Red Sky series, the second main villain. Lord Drake, that looks like his wife. Oh, now we're gonna get to live action.
Vicky, Victoria.
Oh, they used Victoria. That was Sarita's first. That was the first thing they were going to go for.
Where are you going? Don't tell me you forgot.
I thought it would have been an interesting name to pick. I mean, if you were going to change Usagi's name. You gonna bury the cat, are you? Yes, you are.
Honest, should I be smashing in white or sophisticated in black?
What happened to Pretty in Pink?
The weird thing is, why are you picking teams from both sides of the host?
Statistically speaking, I am going to find the cutest guy at the dance.
Well, Larry at least got Jupiter's
And why not? Because he with me.
personality, right? They're throwing everything at Luna, like, you're not Luna. There. We don't give a crap about you.
I have absolutely nothing to wear.
You are so cringe. For a woman that's in a wheelchair, she has much mobility. I'm not judging, but...
Luna, what's wrong?
Queen Beryl is attacking the people of planet Jupiter. They need your help.
I'm talking to you telepathically. I know how to use this, just because you... So, no explanation as to how this works?
Jupiter! Sailor Mercury!
So you change into cartoon characters.
Sailor Mars!
Oh,
Sailor Venus!
oh my god, what they do to my girl? What did they do to Venus?
The Princess Warriors sailed to the planet Jupiter on their Skyflyers to do battle with Queen Beryl's dark forces.
So they just appear. Where did they go?
The dance for? You guys are in for it.
And if I break a nail, you're really in for it.
Why don't
She
we
just
have a
saw her.
here? Sounds good to me.
And the
but I think
cleavage.
You had a shape to dance. Why don't we burn off a few pounds? The original party girl.
That is not Mercury.
I like your style.
That is definitely not Mercury. At least it got his design right. Some of the things I see they carried over into from the original anime. That's Clayfix, by the way. That's gotta be the Batman villain.
Are you alright? Hey, somebody answer that.
Am I acting?
This one is powerful.
Well, he is like a few hundred pounds,
Hurt.
like, plus to you. That's a white rose, by the way.
Rose.
That's discolored. It's dying. Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson trying to be like J-Lo. My breasts have now been energized. I can now do more things.
This is the rose. It's fading.
Look,
That's all you get.
he's gone.
That's all you get.
We was.
I was tired of this anime. I'm going elsewhere.
I just don't know.
Vicky, Victoria.
So that was...
I don't know. I just don't know.
So now we're in the classroom because...
This time, Victoria. Outer space.
No, Miss Scrim. I'm right here. On Earth.
Yeah. Ah. Look at my missing teeth that I don't have, which this reactor obviously does. Is that it? So now we look at this for the next minute or so. What? So yeah, they forgot how to fill, like, a minute's worth of time. So they just had a still shot of Milky Way. Wow. I mean... Okay. Is there anything else to this? Doesn't not look like it. Okay. I was not sure what to expect. I don't know. Let me just say about this. This right here is a miracle that this got made. I mean, you know what it reminded me of? And this is going to be really weird coming from, if you guys have not remembered the production company. If you remember the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, back in like the 80s, it had a particular animation style. And Toei Animation was originally the ones that did the original like 5-part miniseries that led to the whole series, the 1990 series of TMNT. It was produced by MWS. Remember, Grassi, Wolf, and Swinson, I think it was MWS. But it eventually became Fred Wolf Films, because Fred Wolf did the main production of that. And he did a lot of different shows at that point in time. And this looked like some animation style he'd come up with, like in the 80s or something like that. And it looks something like that. Kind of like maybe his style in the Planet, and if you did Captain Planet. Weird combination, weird thing to put up. But I'm gonna say this is unreal. I'm going to say it, and I'm gonna be crazy saying this. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I was saying like, oh, it's so horrible. But you know what? It is bad. It is terrible. But I'm gonna say it right now. It's so bad it's good. Because this is gotta be something that wasn't just made with people thinking we're actually going to get this on the air. This has gotta be some warped mind thinking we don't know what the heck we're doing, so we're gonna just do as silly as we possibly can. This has gotta be something that wasn't made with a serious intention of putting this out. This has gotta be something that people thought, you know what, we suck at this. We're just gonna do whatever. We'll just throw stuff at the wall. Because the transitions did not fit. And like, it went from the cartoon, which Darian looks like a cross between Liam Neeson and Jay Leno. I don't know what to make of that. I did like the big ships, though. I thought that was an interesting idea. And again, this is crazy of me to think this. But the ships were kind of interesting. And they all looked like I'm not saying that it's like oh my god, I'm this for funny doing this, but if you remember Lord Drake from the Red Sky series of TMNT, and I will say season 8 of TMNT, the Red Sky series is probably one of the more underrated seasons. The second after Shredder departed became Lord Drake. If you remember him, and he was voiced by the late and great Jody J, by the way, probably one of the most prolific voices you'll ever hear. Beryl looked like Lord Drake's wife, because it had the same kind of concept of a character. Although Lord Drake was like kind of like a mutant cockroach type of dude, and she had none of that. So, again, the airships, the airships were kind of cool looking. I did like the design of the front of the ship. But I was talking about bits, I didn't really catch what they were saying during that scene. But it was like when Darren was killed. I'm not sure if that was the case. She's like, "Oh, I died. Okay, back to fighting." It was like she could not care less. Like enough to please the contract she was in, and then back to fighting. Okay, they did Luna dirty here. Oh wow. It was like, did you see the animation they had for him or her? I keep saying him because it was white. Why would you put Luna as a white cat? That was one of the weirdest decisions, I think. Not only that, but if you saw the animation, her eyes were like, what was she looking at? Like, oh, Meow Mix, catnip. Like, what is happening? What happened with her eyes? It was like glowing for no reason. Half of this episode for no reason, and the cuts were just like all over the place. It went from on the Moon Kingdom, Silver Millennium, to in her bedroom, petting Luna, to all of a sudden they're transformed. All of a sudden they're wherever they are, with the cringe level of one-liners, which they're not Spider-Man. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But again, that goes in my mind is that this seems like they're trying to be the best Fred Wolf they could be, and they failed at it. And then all of a sudden, they look like, oh, the dream sequence. Oh, she's in the schoolroom now, in the classroom. Like, when did they? How were we? Is this a dream or something? I didn't understand all that jump cut stuff going on. Well, not the crossfade cuts. I'm gonna say this, but I mean, I'm glad Geek got it. I'm glad they did. But if you haven't watched it yet, if you just skipped to what I thought about it, please go take a look at this. Because you know what? I'm glad they didn't get it, but now this is kind of like a time capsule of what we could have had. It's just like a moment in history. It's like a time in history to where one day someone will dig this back up and they'll pull this AVG and think of what were they thinking? And you'll think, you know what? This is awful. It's terrible. But I had a lot of fun watching it just to see what could have been. We could have gotten more like this. And I said, this looked like a 3DO game. This looked like that 3DO game that came out, which was awful, terrible, but it's there, and maybe they pulled some of that. I mean, and they spent like probably 3/4 of their budget on that intro. What, 2 minutes worth? I don't know if it was for like stations or like production companies to figure out what it was all about, but that was like 2 minutes worth. If they thought that was going to be an actual intro, that they were going to take 2 minutes in order to do an intro like that, I got news for you. No one, no network, no production company would have let them do a 2-minute intro. Because they got advertisers, man. They got advertisers. They need money. And they're not going to let you do 2 minutes of intro and whatever that was. But again, if you haven't watched it, if you just skipped through my reaction, went right to my thoughts, go check this out. Because it's a moment, it is a thing that happened. And you will be glad that Geek did take it. But man, it's like a time capsule. Just put it in a time capsule. And it's something you have to really see to believe. It's so bad it's good. I'm glad I did get a moment to watch this. And there you go. That's all I gotta say about that. Go watch the documentary that's on YouTube. It's a 2-parter. I'll link the parts in the description down below this video. Please like, share, and subscribe for more Geek Gaming Culture, and ring the bell to be notified when I put this stuff out there. Now that I got this set up, right there, I might be doing Miraculous Reactions again. I gotta get caught up. Way caught up. But I'll have to find more time to do that. I'll have to get the graphics set up again. I didn't do it for here because there was no point. Also, just so you guys know, I might be giving you some news about maybe we might be separating the reactions from the main channel, because I don't want some of the videos I have been doing to bog down the videos that I want to do, which is the reaction and stuff like that, and the gaming. I'm trying to get things set up, and we'll see how that goes, because YouTube's not been kind of nice to me about why they took down the Game Room channel. I don't know what's going on. They haven't told me a reason. They say, we're not allowed to give you a reason. Like, why are you not allowed to give it to me? So, we'll see how it goes. Please go watch it. Please watch this for yourselves. And what did you think about this? Again, this is not Saban Moon, this is Toon Moon, and wow, it is a thing. It happened. Like this video. Till next time, my name is the Geek Gaming Culture Channel. This is the Geek Gaming Culture Channel, and that just happened.